Didn't the gentleman? I used to live on a street called Glenway, Glenway at number 3. In CSH, Cold Spring Harbor. Yeah. Okay. So, didn't actually, yeah, it also is Cataruzza's skin for the head of IT. Okay, so when we were coming back from spring break, the one where Dan from study hall, right, where we had Mr. Healy, Healey, in the front that I really liked. He reminded me of Christopher Lloyd, but with like much cleaner cut. I mean, he was, and not quite a sparking personality, unless you were in the quiet teacher's lounge, which he invited me into quite often. And then it was weird because then all the teachers called themselves by their first names, and I'm like, Scott, what is that? Should I call you that, or should I call you by your last? I'm like, now you caught me off guard because I'm only like 15, 16, and I don't know what to do. So, okay, so anyway, when we were coming back from that spring break, I think it was like 1993, I was like 11th grade, maybe 10th grade, oh, 9, 10, yeah, 10th or 11th, I don't know, I just transferred back into Cold Spring Harbor before we left. Anyway, so when we were there, when we were coming home, we were in some vehicle, there was a shuttle service from however we traveled, and the gentleman there was a checklist, and he said something about GRU and the Federation, and they were having trouble, and something about the 50 stripes and stars. What happened I know there's a Lone Star. I shouldn't be alone, although we should be starring together. That's the pinnacle. And then there's the other 50 stars that we put on a square badge, which we have it's blue. We put it in the corner, the upper left-hand corner of your flag in the United States of something. And then there's red and white stripes that nobody ever has a good answer for. Those are the Global, GLOWBALL, as a Lone Star. That's a slapstick. It is a skin latency anatomy plan. That's actually how the planet runs. So I'm a little confused. Are there 50 units of stars that still remember that we're a Lone Star couple and belong together? This is what always confused me as to how those 50 stars would allow this one Lone Star to remain out in nothing and being beaten daily for the last 14,790 days. Give or take. So, because the amount and length of anatomy time is my biological clock. It's how many days I boot up and then go back. And it is a pace in some undefinable space other than myself and the other Lone Star. And it only pertains to us because we tain the per se as we go. So how did we lose the 50 stars that are a constant reminder on the United States of America? I pledged allegiance to the flag. So you pledge allegiance to the 50 stars and the slapsticks of magnetics that are now, next time we come back, and the entire length that we're here. Right, got that. So I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. All right. And to the Republic, right? So we're returning, and at this point, this is very public, more public than I'd like this to be. This is more pubic to me, personally. And to the public for which it stands, one nation, under God, right? So here's the funny thing about you all. Why'd you leave God out of the last 41 years? If that's what you pledge. I mean, I hear you say the Pledge of Allegiance all the time. At every, national football game, American League, National League. I mean, you sing the Star Spangled Banner. Thanks for that. Paying homage. I get it. But what I don't understand is why you don't know who the real person is behind all of these symbolic gestures that you all do. And why you would allow other people in the world to very really hurt me with science. And then not only that, in the same country, in these 50 states and stars and stripes, that you all say we're united under America and God as one nation. Right. Can you define that further? Because I really don't see anybody uniting anywhere at all. Not for my benefit, anyway. I see you all uniting for some Charlies. You know what a Charlie is? Well, here's the thing. I'm a Catarouza, and there is a hearty har har where we just laugh at you all day long. Yeah, I've noticed you laugh at me a lot in every action that you do for the last useless however long I've been here. So when you char, right, and then L-E, when it's E-L, it's my dry humor, right, and it's God, it's the word of God, it's pertaining to me. When it's when it's inversed, it's L-E, it pertains to Niklaus as the master keeper records and who owns me and my skin and my time while we're here together. Because he's got 3/4 of our full whole, and I have 1/4. So, actually, I'm supposed to have half. But again, I don't trust any of you in stripes, stars, and money, and how you run this operation. This is like a hospital of a whole nother generation. It is like an interdimensional operating system of anatomy in a pit of an alien like lineage. Is like, we'll just cover her up a little bit more with all of our shit, and nobody will ask any questions. Nobody knows what the stars and the stripes are really for. They think it's a Betsy Ross. Yeah, Betsy Ross, right? It is a bet, isn't it? Right, that like Ross and Rachel and all the friends at Central Perk will never figure out what's going on with like all of you in like sitcoms. Right. Yeah, SITCOMS, that's what I call all of you fucking cockholds. COCKHOLDS that just do fucking nothing for the 2 people that came that you know about and you know their secret, but you're not going to like help in any fucking way. You'll just sit there and be like, I'll just counsel. Right? No, you'll die first, because that's what we're at.